Hi guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. I guess you have already seen and heard about the white paper which is going to be published by the UK government in recent future with the steps that they are going to take to reduce the net migration in the UK. So they have not yet published the white paper, but most of the news sources have published this news on 6th May 2025. So through this video, I will be looking into those news sources. So it says UK may restrict students from countries most likely to claim asylum. The British government may restrict visa applications from students living in countries that are considered most likely to claim asylum in a move designed to bring down annual net migration. So as I mentioned you earlier, the UK government is trying to bring measures to reduce the net migration, and they are trying to restrict visa applications from specific nationalities. The move comes after Prime Minister of Labour Party was punished in local elections in England last week by voters angry over issues. So with the results of the election that held last week, the government believes that they have been punished because the government has not taken sufficient measures to reduce the net migration. That's why they are trying to implement these measures in order to reduce the net migration. The government is expected next week to publish a policy document which is known as a white paper, which will set out how the government plans to reduce net migration. As I told you, the government is planning to publish this white paper in the upcoming week with all the measures that they are going to take to reduce the net migration. And the statistics show that the net migration reached 728,000 people in the year to June last year. So within 1 year, the net migration has reached 728,000, which is a big number. And that's why the UK government is looking into reducing the net immigration in the future. And the Home Office said our upcoming immigration white paper will set out a comprehensive plan to restore order to our broken immigration system. Out of the 108,000 people who claimed asylum in Britain last year, 16,000 had student visas. So according to the government data, it says that 16,000 applications out of 108,000 people who claimed asylum were on student visas, which made another reason for government to take steps to reduce the net migration using these type of measures. The government does not provide a breakdown of the nationalities of those who had student visas who went on to claim asylum. But the government said people from Pakistan, Nigeria and Sri Lanka were the most likely to claim asylum in Britain after arriving on a work, student or a visitor visa. So they have listed specifically these three nationalities: Pakistani, Nigerian and Sri Lankans, depending on the previous statistics. The Standard has also reported new visa crackdown as Home Office plans to restrict applications from nationalities most likely to overstay. So applications for work and study visas from nationalities such as Pakistanis, Nigerians and Sri Lankans among those that reportedly could be curbed by the Home Office. Visa applications from nationalities considered most likely to overstay and claim asylum in Britain could be restricted under new government plans. So we have to wait until the white paper is published so that we can see which nationalities specifically they are going to restrict. However, they have mentioned about these three nationalities. Work and study visas for people from countries such as Pakistan, Nigeria and Sri Lanka are among those that could reportedly be curbed by the Home Office. Under the proposed crackdown, applications from people who fit the profile of someone who may claim asylum and who are from countries with high rates of asylum claims will be rejected. Officials will also use bank statements submitted alongside any original visa request to refuse claims for taxpayer-funded accommodation such as hotels. So bank statements need to be submitted alongside visa requests in order to refuse claims for taxpayer-funded accommodations. So it is planning to publish its immigration white paper next week, which will lay out the details of the Prime Minister's plan to reduce migration. So we are expecting the white paper to be published in next week so that we can exactly know what kind of steps the government will be taking to reduce the net migration. UK work visa applications have significantly fallen, particularly for those coming for jobs in the NHS and social care, since tough new restrictions on eligibility were introduced in early 2024 under the previous government. So if you remember, the restrictions were made for skilled worker visa in April 2024. So with those restrictions, it has shown that the applications or people coming for skilled worker visas have dropped. However, asylum applications have rocketed. Home Office figures show a total of 108,138 people applied for asylum in Britain in 2024, the highest number for any 12-month period since current records began in 2001. So they have had the highest number of applications for asylum in 2024, which made another reason for UK government to restrict the visa applications. A Home Office spokesman said, to tackle abuse by foreign nationals who arrive on work and study visas and go on to claim asylum, we are building intelligence on the profile of these individuals to identify them earlier and faster. So they have mentioned about few steps, especially about restrictions for specific nationalities in order to reduce net migration in the future. However, we are waiting for the white paper to be published with all the steps that the UK government is going to implement to reduce the net migration. So once the white paper is published, I will bring you a new video with all the steps that the UK government will be implementing. So thank you for watching, guys, and see you soon with the next video.